Right then. First things first. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Will you? Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! We were wondering who these strange folk were, so the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers? Wuk Lamat, are you unwell? No. No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you're just so easy to approach. Blah. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please, don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. Does that mean we're gonna have to disguise ourselves? Is that what we're implying? They did have a point. Wuk Lamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean, technically? I suggest we move in two groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me, then? Naru, you and Krile can come with me. I'll take the twins, then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have enough time for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Krile looks so concerned. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wuk Lamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Yeah. Sure you are. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself, what with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Erenville already mentioned the reefs on our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from miqo'te, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. This is Bayside Bevy. Tuliyollal's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares goes directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh, right, I should mention that here in Tuliyollal we buy things with Pel, a currency that the Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your gil. There's also, Wachumeki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the look on your faces. What do you think of that, eh? It is pretty. Goodness me, you have aetherites in Tuliyollal? I feel like I'm saying it wrong again. I think I told you before, but my brother, Koana, spent 3 years studying in Krile. He fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought back to us the knowledge of the aetherite construction. Papa warmed me to the idea at once. No. Papa, warmed to the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Turali. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume Post on the way, though. That's the headquarters for the Landsguard. Oh. Sure. We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Ah, Krile? Sure. Trudging up and down these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Wuk Lamat gets her endless endurance. There. Here we are, Bright Bloom Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliyollal and preserving the peace. The Landsguard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally, Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zoralja took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alphino and Alize should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time I show you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokpi. Strictly speaking, Turali is actually two separate continents, Turali and the southern lands of the mother, and Turali, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long, long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. A familiar-sounding tale. I'm put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. But getting back to Turali, those lands are also part of the Tuliyollal nation, correct? That's right, isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of two continents into a single nation. The many clans of Turali have been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Turali requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the Rite of Succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. It's kind of rude, honestly. Then I'll make sure you win, mark my words. You really mean that? Ha! Woe to anyone who stands between you and adventure. So true, though. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliyollal is unlike any other place I visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. But that's not better than what I have.